Nellie had always liked travel stories. One of her favorites was Around the World in 80 Days, written by the Frenchman Jules Verne. Now, in this book, a man named Phileas Fogg bets a great deal of money that he can go around the world in 80 days. Although he wins his bet with just 1 second to spare, most people back then thought such a speedy trip was impossible. Nellie, however, believed that she could go around the world in less than 80 days. She decided to try it, hoping the editors of the World would pay for the trip. Now, she knew that the journey would cost a great deal, but she believed the newspaper would profit by it. Thousands of people will buy the World to read about my adventures, she argued. But for over a year, the editors, as well as Mr. Pulitzer, would not hear of it.
Nellie, it just wouldn't work.
Listen to reason, Mr. Pulitzer. A man going around the world will not be nearly as sensational as a woman.
A woman? You're not a woman. You're just a young girl of 21 years. You could never handle all the details. No. And besides, women have to take all of that luggage with them. Who would carry it for you? And all of those foreign languages you couldn't speak, let alone understand.
In Mexico, I picked up Spanish very quickly. Languages have never worried me. And as for luggage, well, I'll travel light. Just because no woman you know has ever gone without all sorts of baggage doesn't mean it couldn't be done. You should have seen how little I took on pat trips in Mexico.
Mexico? And there's a difference between Mexico and the rest of the world. No, if anybody is going to go, it is going to be a man and not a helpless young girl.
I am not helpless.
And besides, I have just such a person in mind.
Oh, no, you can't do that. That was my idea. You can't send someone else on my idea.
Nellie, listen to reason. You can't do it. I would think for your own good, as well as for the good of the newspaper, you would...
Very well, Mr. Pulitzer. You send a man, and I shall start the same day for another newspaper and beat him.
Well, with that kind of a threat, Mr. Pulitzer and his editors had no choice. They knew that a determined Nellie Bly would keep her word. So, reluctantly, they agreed to let her go. After carefully arranging her travel schedule, she packed her things into 2 small pieces of luggage and on November 14th, 1889, sailed for England from New Jersey on the first leg of her journey. On the evening of her first day at sea, she wrote down these words.
I am off, and shall I ever get back? Intense heat, bitter cold, terrible storms, shipwrecks, fever, all such disagreeable topics had been drummed into me until I felt much as one would feel if shut in a cave of midnight darkness and told that all sorts of horrors were waiting to gobble me up.
Nellie's ship reached England in 7 days. There she found a message from Jules Verne asking her to visit him in France. And though she couldn't spare much time, she stopped to see Verne and his wife on her way to Italy.
Mon Dieu. Such a child. You mean such a baby is going to go all that long way alone?
She is trim and strong. I believe, Jules, that she will make your hero look foolish. She will beat his record.
Well, whatever may happen. I want to wish you, how do you say in English, good duck. Very good duck.
Thank you very much, Monsieur Verne, but it's not good duck.
Huh?
It's good luck.
Ah, luck.
After leaving the Vernes, Nellie took a train to a seaport in Italy where she boarded a ship for the next stage of her journey, sailing calmly across the Mediterranean, through the Suez Canal, and into the Red Sea, docking at Ceylon, an island off the coast of India. From there, she sailed for Singapore, where she bought a tiny monkey to keep her company the rest of the way. Well, her next stop was Hong Kong, where the steamship Oceanic was waiting to carry her to America. But bad news was also waiting for her at Hong Kong, because unknown to her, the day after she had sailed from New Jersey, another young lady named Elizabeth Bisland had started racing around the world in the opposite direction.
Miss Bly, you're going to lose, you know.
I don't understand. I'm on time. It's only December 22nd.
That may be so. But the other woman came in on the Oceanic and has already started south. She's a good 5 days ahead of you.
What other woman?
Her name is, Bisland. Elizabeth Bisland. Didn't you know?
Nellie was worried sick. If she lost out to Miss Bisland, she'd be an utter failure. Well, the Oceanic left Japan and immediately ran into a treacherous midwinter storm and was forced to poke along, heaving up and down the slopes of giant waves. Oh, this worried Nellie even more. At such a slow rate of speed, she'd never reach San Francisco in time to catch the train that would take her to New Jersey before the 80 days were up.
Captain, if I don't make it back to New Jersey on time, I'd just as soon die.
Don't you worry, Miss Bly. We're just about through all the high seas. We'll be skimming along in no time.
Oh, I hope so, Captain.
We're all behind you, the crew and the passengers. Have you not seen the signs posted on all the ship's bulletin boards? Sure, and they say, "We'll win or die for Nellie Bly."
The storm finally passed. The Oceanic increased its speed, and on the morning of January 21st, Nellie stepped ashore at San Francisco. Now, if all went well on the train ride across the country, she could beat Phileas Fogg's record. But if the train broke down, or a bridge washed out, or a winter storm clogged the tracks, she'd be forced to sit helplessly by, bowing in defeat to the fictional Phileas and the real-life Elizabeth. So with her tiny monkey perched upon her shoulder, she boarded a special train for the final dash across America. Well, for Nellie, it turned out to be a glorious ride as crowds gathered in towns and cities along the way to see and cheer her as she went by. There were no mishaps, and on January 25th, 1890, Nellie's train reached New Jersey, which she had left 72 days, 6 hours, and 11 minutes earlier. She had beaten Phileas Fogg's record by almost 8 days, and poor Elizabeth Bisland was still somewhere on the Atlantic Ocean. On that day in 1890, Nellie Bly had become the most famous young woman on earth. Nellie Bly's daring and her outstanding ability as a reporter unlocked the door to other women reporters, and it has been pushed wide open by the many bold journalists who have followed Nellie. Today, women work on newspapers and in newsrooms of radio and television stations all over the world. In America, they have proven to be excellent all-round reporters covering not only women's news, but foreign, political, and sports events as well. Many, as we know, have even covered news from the battlegrounds of the world. Along with Nellie Bly, they are indeed our ladies of the press, skillfully and courageously doing their job.
A woman can do as good a job as any man, if only she's given the chance.
The preceding program was made possible in part by a grant from the Ohio State Department of Education.